Hi guys, this is Dave Bennett from T2HA.com. It is September 16th, 2016, and I want to show you the latest update we added to both the panels and the software installer tool. It's pretty cool. Let's go into the software installer tool first and check it out there. So if I log in, we have an images optimizer. It's a very cool one. It does the job extremely well, preserves the quality even though it reduces the file sizes. And if you have transparent PNGs, which turns out to be a really tricky thing, for image optimization, you have to preserve the transparency channel, which is kind of tricky. We did that. We have it. So it works great. Now, here's the first example, right? What would I do? Drag and drop some images here, and I can download the whole stack or download the individual images, and I can clear the queue if I just want to save myself space so I don't bog things down with old backups inside the system that if I'm not going to use them. So let me show you a manual use. There's 3 ways to use this. I'm going to show you the first 2 now, and then the third way is even cooler. Let's say I had some images and I just wanted to test them, okay? If I highlight those 3, I can hit properties and see how much they are together. Okay, it's about a meg, okay, right about a meg, okay? But they're not optimized, okay? They look good. There's just 3 different images here, okay? No particular things, just 3 images. All right, if I highlight and I drag them in here and let them go, okay, I want to point this out. Look at the difference. Original 49 kilobytes, now it's 16. It's a reduction of 67%. Look at this one. Original is 514 kilobytes, it's half a meg. The optimize is 182. So we're reducing 65%. We got another one like that, 457 down to 181, reduction of 60%. Now, if I just wanted to download individual images, I could do it. I can hit the download button for any one of these. Okay, so let's just do it. Let's take that and download it. Okay, and here it is. Now, I reduced it. How grainy is it going to be? Ooh, not grainy at all. I can't even tell the difference. Between that and the original, I'm not going to be able to tell the difference. That's really, really hot. Let's see about this one. Okay. I can't tell the difference. Looks like the original. Absolutely awesome. My eyes don't see any difference. Okay. Having said that, now the next point I want to make is this. Instead of just downloading them one at a time, what if you're working with a lot more images? Okay. Then you want to be able to download all the images when you're done processing them. And when it downloads, it preserves the originals too. Okay. So I'm going to WinZip. I'm just going to extract to a folder here. Okay, to keep it together in this folder. But here, let me clear the queue because I'm done with this for now. Let me even close or at least minimize this for a minute. Watch this and get rid of that. Let's take a look at the optimized version. Okay, these are the originals. And again, if we highlight them, how much have we got? Properties, about a meg. Okay, this is the optimized folder. Ooh, 379 kilobytes. You know, a little more than a third. That's it. If I optimize, it's what I got, right? 379. Okay, 388. The numbers are different depending on how you read it. All right, and these look hot. That's my whole point. These are hot images. They look great and indistinguishable from the originals, and that's important to note. Now, here's the point I want to make beyond that. Let me dump this for a minute. Let's go a lot further. I'm actually going to like pick on somebody. I'm going to choose a template that is on our server right now. So let me see. I'm just going to go to my tool and pick somebody that I can reach really quick. Okay, here we go. Watch this. So servers, watch this. Okay, 10-day fix. That's the first guy. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to 10-day fix. Okay, and we got his website up. All right, kind of a cool website. We built this, I don't know, like, what was it, 2 years ago? It's pretty cool. You know, nice little old website sitting here. So anyway, there you go. Watch this. If you go into the backend /administrator and log in, then we have a new thing that'll go here, a new thing for image optimizer. Okay, and it has an extra power beyond what I just showed you. So I'm going to show you this. First thing I'm going to do is update that panel right now. So before I update it, let me create a backup. Okay, I'm going to create a backup. Because if I go to do anything that changes stuff around, whoops, sorry, let me, yeah, 10-day fix right there. If I'm going to do anything that changes his stuff, I want to create a backup first. That's just habit, right? Good habit. That way, Just in case my update doesn't work with this panel or some weird thing, I've got a backup I can restore. Always create a backup, and then you can restore it if you need. Okay, I did the backup. It only took seconds. What did it back up? The whole public underscore HTML folder. Those of you who've made really big websites, like with Moji or expansion pages, then that can take a while to back up. And it might be like 2 or 3 gig by the time it's done. Just be aware of it, right? Okay, well, that was pretty quick. Now, let's do this. I'm looking at his panel. I'm going to create an upgrade to his panel, like a version 2 to his panel. Watch, subdomains, individual installation. I'm going to install it to his website, not on a subdomain. It goes right in the main part. I'm not going to need a database for this. I'm just updating some files. Okay, so I'm going to choose that from the repository. I'm going to select that update, which I happen to put right in here. Okay, and those of you who have the SI tool, you get a copy of all this stuff. So now with this version 2, check that out. Okay, now what? I'm just going to go ahead and submit it. Okay, and that's it. It's going to say we're not putting on a subdomain. I know that. It is going to overwrite files that are in the root. I know that. That's why I created a backup. Okay, it's going to say you're not adding a SQL file. Are you sure? Yes. In this case, I don't need a SQL file. I'm not interacting with the database. I'm just updating the files themselves. Okay, so here we go. So it'll be done here pretty shortly. And when it's done, we can go look at what that means. All right. There we go. It's the answers, and I come back and I refresh. Okay. Boom. Images optimizer. I open it. Kind of looks like what you saw, but with some added notes. The images optimizer functions, the optimization functions, what makes this work requires that we prepared your server for it. Since this website's on our server, this will work automatically. If it was on his own shared server or something, we wouldn't be able to do this at all. There's nothing we can do for this. If it's on his own dedicated server, then yeah, we can log into his web host manager, his dedicated panel, and we can install the software and set it and prep it in order to be able to handle this. Okay, so just so you know. All right, and it just simply will not work if it cannot work, and if it's on a server that's been prepared, it will work. Okay, so the functions are similar, and you recognize that immediately. If I were to go in here, I could select some images, drag and drop them, and then it's going to run through them, and I can download them or download individually, and I can clear the queue, right? Well, there's one more button called Full Panel Image Optimization. What's the difference? Here's the difference. How would I need to optimize the images that are already on the website? Well, let's think about that. I would have to go to where? Global Settings. Get up into the images gallery from any browse button. And I got 2 folders where images are likely to be. An images folder and a files folder. In this case, the files folder is empty. Great, that would make the work easier. But what I need to do, images folder is where all my images are. So I would need to right click my images folder, download it as a zip file, right? So when it's done what? Well, then I could go and extract it. WinZip, extract to, here, all right? And then I open it, and that gives me all the images. So now what could I do? And I'm showing you that way to show you the advanced version, why it's so much better, okay? So I can now, click in here and Control All, and then I can grab it and drag it, let it go. If any particular file doesn't work in here, it'll just let me know, but it's no big deal. Okay, it's starting to optimize, and it's getting all those notes, getting it all done, And then what happens when it's done? Well, I can download it, right? And when I download it, what do I get? The raw images and the optimized ones. So I can get rid of these now. I don't need them anymore because I'm going to download it anyway. So then what? Then I would download all images. Okay. Now, this isn't a bad way to go. All right. This is actually quite efficient on the whole. And I can WinZip, extract to here. Okay. And there. And that way all the images that are optimized are in here. So what could I do? Go back into here. And now that I'm in the right folder, I can Control A to highlight all those images, and I can delete them all right, to get rid of the old ones. That way I can go here and Control A to grab all the new ones and drag them and let them go. So you get all the new images up here and they're all optimized. That was some work, but not bad. That's the way to optimize 35 images really, really quickly. Let me show you what's advantageous though about that last button, okay? Because I didn't replace them. I want to show you what this is like without doing that. So ready? I'm going to go into my images optimizer, okay? And I'm going to hit full panel image optimization. Now, right before I do, I want to make a point. When we say panel, okay, this is the panel, the whole thing with all the buttons, okay? This is your panel. How many templates could be in your panel? Well, however many templates you have in your panel. There happens to just be one. But if there were two, if the guy had two templates that he could switch between to do his work, okay, that would be two templates in the one panel. Okay, so now if we're going to do a full panel image optimization, wouldn't that include both templates? 3 or 4 or 5 or more? 50? Yes, absolutely. That's the coolness of the button and why it saves a ton of time, especially if you have a lot of templates. Okay, like if you bought the 50 template stack and uploaded it in here. Okay, so watch this. Here's how it works. Full panel. Yes, I know what it's going to do. And it's going to create a backup. You can see that, and then it's going to go. Okay, take a look at this. 36 images, and it's already more than halfway done. And that's it. It's done. Okay. At the bottom of the page says, congratulations, the image of this panel are now optimized. You may leave this page. I could still download something and look at it, you know, but I don't need to. It's done. How's that? Now, just to go a little further, let me make this even more fun, because remember, I created a backup, and so I can restore the backup. So I can even go further. Watch this. I'm going to go to subdomains, individual installation. I'm going to select this guy's website again, and I'm going to give him, well, let's say a free gift. Okay, I'm not going to put it in a subdomain. I'm just going to stuff it in right with everything he has, because I'm going to do a backup anyway. So what difference does it make? I don't need any database stuff again. I'm just going to go to the repository file. That X just means the password's no good. I can have a password in here because even though the database name and user are blank, it just means since it's not going to create a database, it's not going to create the database password. And therefore, it's not going to change the user password in the database either. So if I don't delete everything, don't let it surprise you. I don't need to. I don't have to delete all this stuff. I don't have to delete this either. But all I have to do is get what I need to put in the website. Okay, so watch this. I'm going to put a 50 template stack up. All right, this is like 250 meg, by the way. I forget, but let's just do it. Okay, ready? So check this out. I'm not adding a SQL file, and I'm not putting on a subdomain. I'm sticking it as main domain. Okay, so it's going to upload that thing and unzip it. And there's going to be like 50 templates in there. It's actually more than 50. So he's going to wind up with like 52 templates. Wow. How many images do you think you'd be optimizing? Because those templates were created before we did this kind of image optimization. Okay, so this is an upgrade. All right, so check this out. Now, if I go to themes, look at this. Okay, you know how many images there must be when you're looking at all of these templates all together. Okay, I mean, let me just activate something different, right? Just so you can see it real fast and go to this thing real quick. Okay, for the fun of it. All right, really wild, cool parties, different, neat, wild templates with lots and lots of images, and we want to optimize them so that we can rank stronger, right? Because, you know, faster images helps us rank. Watch this. Can we do this? Yeah, and watch this. Get ready. 2,205 images. Can it do them in one sitting like that? Yeah. So far, we've done up to 9,138 images in a single run. How's that? So what makes this truly, truly special? Imagine what it would be like to do this manually, one template at a time. You'd have to go into one of your templates. Then you would have to go to your global settings, and you would have to go into your file manager, and you would have to see how many images are in the files, if any, and then in the images, and you have to download the zip files. So you have to do 2 checks each. Download the zip files, optimize them, then put them back, delete these and overwrite. And you'd have to do it times how many panels? Or, well, I'm sorry, how many templates? However many templates you have. So if you got 56 templates, that's 112 checks you're doing, and probably 80 downloaded zip files you have to go through. You'd have to do the process 80 times to get it all done. So that's the advantage of what we have now with this image optimizer. It is a full panel image optimizer to upload and update all of your images. Then you could upload your feed files for your projects and export them to overwrite. You'd overwrite everyone's websites with the same thing again. All the websites you did for yourself and other people, whoever it was. And you could overwrite with the same thing, but the optimized version of the images to make all of their websites faster. How is that for cool, right? All right, now here's the thing. I'm going to go ahead and break this off. So I'm going to stop it before it's finished, which you shouldn't do. You need to leave the browser open and run it. I'm going to go break it off. But why? Even though I broke this guy's whole thing, right? 10-day fix. Okay. Why is it not a problem? Because of the backup, right? Restore the backup. 10-day fix. Restore. Am I sure? Yeah. And he's going to be right back where he was. None the wiser. How's that for cool? So there you go. Just takes everything in, takes everything out. We have all that kind of control with the software installer tool. By the way, watch out for our video. Watch for our video that shows what you can do on your mobile phone with this tool, because the majority of this tool is not just mobile ready, but most of the functions work literally from a mobile phone. It's really like a portable internet marketing tool. It's really amazing what you can do with this. All right, if you want to learn more about the software installer, go to T2HA.com and hit videos, and the information at the bottom, okay, down here to SI, that's the software installer tool. These are all the videos for it and the packages that go with it. And this is absolutely awesome. We got 2 rent-to-own options, and on it, there's a $100 a month option and a $250 a month option, where you can cancel anytime, but if you pay it through for a full year, then you get the whole thing with everything, including all the upgrades we put into it. Now, what's the difference between the two? The $100 a month option does not have the file repository, so you cannot install templates for people. You can just go improve their page speeds, create backups, go through Copyscape and check for copies of their websites, page speed booster. You can do all kinds of cool things for people. But if you want the full file repository where you can literally install people's websites for them, even from your mobile phone, that would be the option number 2 for the SI tool extended at $250 a month. Let us throw in one more caveat that we all agreed to. If you're going with the $100 a month option, you will get a free cPanel once a month on our server, and that cPanel will be good for a year. Okay, and then you can choose whether to re-app it, cPanel by cPanel by cPanel. What's that do? It allows you to set up websites for yourself, do what you want with them, or with those cPanels. We have very cheap ways of getting templates if you need it cheap on the order form. And you can put up your own templates, and you can improve your own page speed, optimize your own images, do a lot of things with them, and get them profitable. Okay, so that's cool because cPanels cost $100 a year all by themselves. So every time you're making a payment, you're actually getting a whole cPanel, which means everything else for this is basically free. Now, that's cool because you can grow at the rate of 1 website a month, backlinking yourself, then backlinking the next one, backlinking the next one, make them powerful. Or you can set them up for different projects or the same projects, whatever you want. Or sell them off, rent them out. Okay, at the $250 a month, you actually have the whole file repository, and we agreed that we'll give you 4 cPanels every month, every time you make a payment. That means instead of growing at the rate of once a month, you're growing it once a week. Instead of winding up with 12 websites, you wind up with 48. And we already decided we top it off and make it 48. What do I want to say? 48 would just get you 4 cPanels as soon as you buy and get you going. Okay. And that's awesome because you can move quick. Now, if you buy it outright, it's $24.95. Okay. It saves you $500 instead of going by the month. $250 a month for 12 months is $3,000. So if you buy outright $24.95, we already agreed that we give you 50, that's 50 cPanels to start with right away. Literally right away. You don't have to wait each month for each payment to get them. You get them already. And you, since you have the whole file repository inside your software installer, okay, that means that you can put 50 template stacks up. You can stick them out on all of your websites. You can start bulk creating subdomains. You can do that either way. The $100 a month, you can bulk create subdomains anyway. But when you have all the landing pages, and you have the landing pages with the panels, and you have the templates with the panels, templates only, and you have the upgraded version of the TA for the image optimizer, and you have the biking template, okay? Awesome things to have, and they make your life incredibly easy. And some of these other things like the Google verification file, that's neat. There's a trick to it that makes that very useful. If you create 50 websites, you want to add them all to Google Webmasters, what stinks is having to download the file and upload it to each website, right? Well, we have a way to bulk upload to the websites right away, and you can upload your Google file to all of them just like that. Not only that, but if you're working with partners, you can bundle your verification files together in a one zip file and upload all of them all at once to all 50. Now that beats the 150 individual uploads it would take to get the job done. So there's a tremendous amount of power in the software installer tool, and the videos cover it. And again, you can do a lot of this from your phone. You can actually go to GoDaddy, buy a domain name. Then you can go in and change the name servers to your server or our server. Then you can go into the server and you can set up the cPanels, okay, that are going to work with those websites. It immediately makes those domain names live on the server, okay, with cPanels. Then you can come in here and you can immediately start uploading stuff to it. You can just add the server to your list, you know, just add new host for each new website you get. And then you can go and just start straight installing stuff to each of those websites, whatever it is you want to put in them, okay? That's how cool that is. And if you want to clear off some excess files, like manage bulk files, if I go there, okay, if I manage bulk files and I decide to deal with that, I can look. You know how many times people upload stuff and over the course of time they wind up with a bunch of zip files and they need to go ahead and delete them because they're old or they whatever the case is, right? You can go ahead and do that and you'll save all your space. Let me think about it. This has got to be 200 meg. It's got to be another 200 meg, another 200 meg, another 200 meg, even 250. Well, heck, this is already like 850 meg, okay? And then this is going to be the whole public HTML folder, so it's got to be bigger. Okay, so we're up to a gig just in these zip files. If we get all our work done and we know we're done with this stuff, we can just straight remove it, just like that. And by removing it, okay, we just recovered a gig on the website. How's that for awesome? Okay, that you can also do on a mobile phone. So you can help someone recover extra space on their server and not on their cPanel. And not just does it recover the space, but if they're doing backups, you know how you need half your space for a backup, basically, if like you're using 50% of your space live and you do a backup, and if a lot of your stuff is images, well, maybe you can fit 1 or 2 backups in, but then you're out of room, okay? Well, what happens if you're using an extra gig on the front end in zip files you don't need? Then you're also backing up those extra gig in the back end for the backups. And since they're already zips, they're not going to compress much more. So if you have like a gig of zip files and you have 2 backups, that's 3 gig wasted on your server, right? So you know how often people are told they need to upgrade, they're out of room, they got to buy more, and they're thinking, gee, I wonder how I'm using all that room. That's because they have a bunch of zip files they don't need, and they're getting backups on those same zip files, and they don't mean to, they're just doing it anyway. So when you clear those zip files out, the next time the system takes the next backup to replace the last one, okay, the more modern backup, it won't include all that stuff. So it'll be a gig leaner. And then when it takes the next backup, that'll be a gig leaner too. So you'll start recovering room right away. Get it? That's cool. All right, I hope you find this interesting. Again, come on back to T2HA.com. Check out the videos page. Scroll down to see about the software installer. If you got any questions, give me a call. If you want to know what's good with this, give me a call, because this stuff is tremendously powerful. Puts a lot of control in your hands. We've really been building crazy cool tools. So keep your eye out also for how to use the software installer on a mobile phone, because it doesn't matter what you get, the $100 or the $250 rental version, or if you just buy it outright, you're going to get all the access on your phone, okay? And you're going to be able to do whatever you've got the rights to, depending on whether you have the file repository or not. You're going to be able to do all of that from your phone, okay? And when you own it, you own it. You'll get upgrades. It's truly powerful what we've created and where we're going next. Okay, I hope you guys are finding this interesting. You take care. Bye.